Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shareen. I'm an interior designer in New York City, coming to you from my latest commercial staging project in Midtown Manhattan. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shareen. I'm an interior designer in New York City. Today I'm coming to you from the latest commercial project, which I promised would be done on schedule in Midtown Manhattan. You may have heard interior designers talk about flow. And if you're wondering what exactly that is, you should continue watching this video because I'm not only going to talk to you about flow, but also about staging. Flow is where you take design elements and you use them in different spaces to make sure that you establish cohesion. An example of that is color schemes. That's probably the most popular example. People will come up with a mood board with multiple colors and use those colors throughout a space. Another way you can establish flow is by bringing a specific type of theme throughout a design space. So maybe it's a style, like you start out mid-century modern in the front room and you bring that through the meeting rooms and the office, or you start out, in this instance, contemporary modern, and you carry that throughout the space. This meeting room was a playful space, and I insisted on this art to look like two different individuals and work happening in between. All of the art in the space is by Heartful Services. Meeting rooms are not complete without a fun element, and we have our vintage Monopoly here, which I think were the perfect colors to accent what was happening in the space. This Moroccan rug was a fantastic find that added the texture that the space needed and softened up some of the contemporary elements of the room. I am so pleased with how the art turned out. Here I insisted on these open arches to welcome the guests into the workspace and into the main kitchen area. If you are getting value out of this video, please like, comment, and subscribe below. I would love to continue the conversation with you about commercial projects and potentially be able to help you with yours if you have some on the horizon. Some other ways to do it might be with tiling and backsplash, or maybe flooring is a really great example when you have open concept and you keep a flow of the same type of hardwood floors maybe throughout the space. And one of my favorite ways to do that is when you're in a kitchen and you may not want to put hardwood in your kitchen, but maybe you get a porcelain tile that resembles the hardwood on the rest of your floors and create a flow in your open concept space from the great room right through your kitchen. We have a blend of appliances from Paykel and Monogram, Paykel, but what we didn't miss out on is the opportunity to take the cabinets all the way up. Whenever you can, maximize that vertical space. This is an expansive shot to show just how many workstations are in this space, and we are working with 13-foot ceilings. Staging is where you're setting up a space where the client can imagine all of the possibilities, but it's not over personified. And then flow is how you use design elements from one space to the next and the next in order to make sure your design is cohesive, and that's not limited to color schemes. That includes everything else in the design as well. We opted to stay away from red in this first office because there's so much red when you're coming in, and instead we just focused on the abstract art pieces. These again are by Heartful Services and other sculptures to bring interest to the space. It is fun to switch things up at times. If you can't or don't need to get the scale to take up an entire wall, you can use smaller pieces. Just place them intelligently so that you're still maximizing the space. And so there you have it. You've gotten to see examples of what flow is. Flow is essentially how you can get different design elements to work cohesively from one space to the next space and the next space, not necessarily just meaning your color scheme, but in other elements. I just utilized this staging project to demonstrate that. And staging is again just where you set up a space where you want people to imagine the possibilities, but not necessarily over personalize it. You could have been anywhere on YouTube, but you chose to be with me, and I appreciate that. I am thankful for you, and I will see you next time, next Thursday to be exact. Ciao.